Well, it's time for you to buy your first light meter, and Sekonic has a lot of light meters that are available. So in this video, we're going to explore some of the more popular meters that are specifically made for photographers. Well, let's start with Sekonic's top-of-the-line light meter. That's the L-758DR. It's the most advanced meter for still photography. It's what I like to call the Swiss Army knife of light meters. Now, a few of the things that I really love about this meter. Number one, it's an all-weather design, which means it's got O-rings sealing everything. All the buttons are sealed up, which means it's going to work in any condition, rain or snow or dust. It is going to be foolproof and work in all of those conditions. It also has this really large retractable lumisphere. And what that means is not only can you do your normal incident light metering, but you can retract this and measure independent light sources for ratios and things like that. And with this retracted, you can meter for flat objects like artwork. It also has something that is awesome, this right here. This is a viewfinder which has a built-in 1-degree spot meter for reflected measurements. So that means you don't have to have two different light meters. They're built in, a spot meter and an incident meter. Another feature that I really love about this meter is the flash analysis. And that allows you to see on a percentage exactly how much of your light is coming from your flash as opposed to how much is coming from your ambient light. And then you can make adjustments to make sure your flash and ambient light is exactly balanced the way you want it to be. The 758 also has a built-in Pocket Wizard module that allows you to wirelessly trigger strobes and cameras using Pocket Wizard radios. Now, one of the most exciting things about this meter is it can be calibrated to your specific camera and lens system using Sekonic's DTS software. That means you can analyze the scene and make sure it falls within the dynamic range of your specific camera. You can also use the memory function to meter the shadows and midtones and highlights and plot them on a scale to see exactly where those things fall on the dynamic range of your camera. And all that means that this is a highly accurate meter specific to your camera and lens system. There's another feature I love, and that is the Delta EV measurement tool. And you can use this to measure different light sources and then see the difference between the two. And this is great for light ratios and brightness differences and seeing how much contrast you have in your image. This meter can be customized using the Custom Functions menu. Now, one of the most popular customizations is the ability to change the display to full, half, or third stop increments. And that's great because the meter is actually going to display what your camera is using. There are all kinds of other things that you can customize, and in fact, there are all kinds of other features that I haven't even talked about with this meter. The bottom line is the L758DR is a tool that you won't outgrow. Well, now let's talk about the L478. This is the newest and most technologically advanced meter from Sekonic. One of the things you'll probably notice right off the bat is it's got a different front, and that's because this has a color touchscreen interface, and this works just like a smartphone or tablet. To make any changes, you just touch right onto the screen to change your ISO settings or shutter speeds or angles, those types of things. Now, this has a lot of the same features as its big brother. It has a retractable lumisphere, so you can meter different light sources or things like art that are flat. It also has a flash analysis tool for balancing ambient and flash exposure. And you can also calibrate this meter using the Sekonic DTS software to make sure that you can see exactly what the dynamic range is of your specific camera and lens. Now, this doesn't have a built-in spot meter, but there is a 5-degree spot attachment that's available. And this comes in two different versions. There's the D and the DR. Now, the DR version has a built-in Pocket Wizard transmitter, and that allows you to trigger remote flashes and cameras wirelessly using Pocket Wizard radios. And if you're using the Pocket Wizard Control TL system, this actually allows you to, right in the meter, change the power settings of remote flashes, and you can turn zones on and off and make all your power adjustments right on the meter, and then take your final reading and set your camera accordingly. Now, if you're somebody that's made the jump to shooting video on your DSLR, the 478 also allows you to set any frame rate, shutter speed, or even shutter angles, and you can also measure light in lux or foot candles. So if you shoot stills and you shoot motion and you're looking for an easy-to-use interface, the L478 is your meter. Well, finally, let's talk about the L308. Now this meter comes in two versions, the S and the DC. Now I've got the DC in my hand, and you can tell it's the DC because it's got this orange skin on it, so the 308S doesn't have the skin. Now both of these meters have a lot in common. They're both small, they're portable, they're really lightweight, they're really low cost and high quality, so it's going to last you for years. Both meters have incident and reflective light metering, and both meters work with flash metering, and both meters feature a lumisphere and a lumidisc. Now the L308DC is very similar to the 308S, but it's also designed for use with videography and cinematography. Now it has one thing that I really love. It has 3 different user setups. It's got photo, video, and cine. Now these setups adjust the display to show only that information that's applicable to that type of user. And that means you're only seeing the information that really matters to you. Now in the photo setting, you're going to see shutter speed and aperture values. In video, you're going to see shutter speed, f-stops, and frame rates. And in cine, you're going to see frame rate, f-stop, and shutter angles. Now you can also measure simple illumination in lux and foot candles. Now this is the smallest, lightest, and most affordable light meter, and it's perfect for anybody that's just getting started. Well, as you can see, Sekonic has some great light meters. And for a complete comparison of models, just visit maconcampus.com or sekonic.com.